Hey everyone, Chris from Cuppa here. I wanted to walk through and introduce you to Cuppa 3.0. And this has been several months in the works, and we are now happy to push this out. We released yesterday, January 26th. We're obviously working through a few bugs here, but largely up and running and extremely happy with the direction of where this is going. So there's a lot to get through. I will break this up by section. There will be individual tutorials on some of the new features as well. So don't think you have to learn everything from just this one video. This is more just the introduction into what this has transformed to, which we like to call it the content engineer's workspace. So let's dig in, let's see what's new, and let's kick it off. Let me first of all just shorten my head real quick. There we go. And okay, so we are now looking at the main dashboard. So let's look at some of just the new navigational items on the left, some of the items on the right, and then also hit where your organizational information is. So obviously you'll see on the left, a lot has changed. We've done a lot of definitional updates. So we now have brand DNA, used to be site. Automations used to be strategy. Creative Studio was really just the image generation, but now we've added more to it. Content Studio was just the way you used to create articles. You'll see here not too much change there. Single and bulk available here. We've added in services. These were kind of spread out, and we just wanted to centralize them in one spot. Expert reviews, backlink outreach, pitching publishers on your behalf. If you want to grab a quick link on the go for your site here, you can, and managed services is new, which is more done for you options that our team will do on behalf of your brand. One thing I will point out here, for everyone that has access to brands, which again, we have labeled that as opposed to sites is now brand, you'll see your drop down up here, right? So you will be able to see how many brands you have access to. You can increase. It's part of the different plans that are available. It's still hobby, it's still power, it's still business, agency, agency plus. And then for those that are looking for very custom solutions, just let us know. We can build you an enterprise version of your own Cuppa. So right now you're looking at, I believe this is the agency plan, and I have 3 brands in here. So each one of these is toggled. You'll see a lot more tooltips everywhere as well. So if you scroll over this is your brand command center. When a brand is toggled, everything below basically uses the context of the brand for generating text, video, images, etc. Right? So think of it, once you are toggled to a brand here, that is what we are pulling in. And that's what this tooltip really acknowledges. And this was actually one of our biggest lifts for Cuppa 3.0, which was really diving into adding in more brand context, right? You've always heard us say over the years that the inputs are very critical for the most consistent output with AI. That still rings true today. Just now the models have improved so much that the context windows are big enough to really add pretty much every element to the brand that you could possibly think of, including visual, which we'll go through, just to really build what I think is a very nice workspace for your brand here in Cuppa. So definitely take a look here. There's some other new features as well. This is for the agency plan. We do proposals for your agency so you can send them out. Analytics, not much has changed there, just a new look and feel. Workbench is back. We actually put it in chat, but now we moved it. So, not much has really changed here. We do have dark mode, obviously down here. You can expand or collapse the sidebar. And then I want to hit here, and let me go just back to dashboard, just for the end of like the navigational elements. So again, a lot of definitional changes, more so than anything here. Automation strategy, brand DNA, brand settings. AI instructions just used to be the old presets. So you still have access to everything as it was. You'll see some just different layouts in UX UI, much more to the point of where we wanted to get it. A lot of things in here you'll be able to search, both all or brand specific. There's card views, etc. Right? You can organize, and then you can do. Let me do this here. Columns. So you can do. We have now grading tools as well. So like more understanding of what's coming through for each of your brands. So real quick below, let me go through organizational elements. Organization is just purely the name. Agency branding, we do have that available for essentially white labeling Cuppa, for you can send content plans, you can send proposals, you can send basically anything that we create to clients that you're trying to land. So add the agency branding, it's a nice touch. Members, pretty self-explanatory. If you're on the power or higher plans, you get access to, of course, members. API keys, this is still, in my opinion, the best feature of Cuppa. Bringing your own keys is unbeatable in terms of cost. That will continue as all of these platforms race for more market share. So very glad we actually created Cuppa around bring your own keys. I still think the adoption is not fully where we want it to be, but it will get there. Integrations, let me just go through this because a lot has changed. GSC obviously is available. By the way, adding brands now, you don't have to connect Google Search Console. I know that was a feature request by some customers, so you don't have to add it. We always do recommend adding it. We get a lot of really good data. So just keep that in mind. Ahrefs, we have an integration, which is awesome in the sense that you can import your CSV. I'll show you that when we get through the new features here. We do have connection to the API, so you do need the enterprise plan, but you can connect, and it really unlocks a lot of things in terms of keyword research and things like that. Here is our connection to visitor intelligence. There's more coming probably by the end of the month here for this. This is our audience intelligence that we're going to have through Bullseye. Slack notifications. Highly recommend this if you and your team work in Slack. It's fantastic. You can get notifications of when articles or projects or social posts are done, when they're posted. You can get weekly summaries, daily summaries. You can build directly through Slack. You don't even need the web interface anymore for Cuppa. You can do it directly through Slack. We have the Cuppa API for business and above. If you want to use the user interface, you can, but of course we are fully capable in terms of APIs as well. Canva. This works for me, but no one else right now. We are just waiting approval from Canva on our integration. It is fantastic. It's a very simple click out. You go right into Canva, you hit allow. It drags back in the designed image that you want to include to a social post, to an article, etc. And then down here, you'll see a lot more has been added. Ghost, Webflow, Sanity, Contentful, Airtable. So hit connect and go. Again, that's also in line with, which you'll see here, webhooks and API. Still highly recommend using these. If you want to use the Cuppa API, we have full documentation. You don't really need to use the web interface anymore, but of course you can. So that is pretty much everything on the left. That is for bulk link engines. That's only for Agency Plus. And let me just show you notifications. So email notifications, we really wanted to start doing this. Article generation complete, failed, project complete, project failed, weekly summary. All of this is customizable for anyone, any plan, webhooks, notification settings here. Highly recommend, again, if you are on Slack and your team uses Cuppa, there's no point in not having this done. So highly recommend turning this on. You'll get the identifications, you click through, it's great. So that's everything on the left-hand toolbar, new design, new definitions. Up top, you have a new search functionality and commands. You can get lightning quick with Cuppa if you're using these commands. Highly recommend it. You'll see announcements at the top, but you also see notifications and announcements here as well. So a lot has changed. That is the just very almost design element of it all. Now let's just dig in and see where we are with some of the new features. So dashboard, starting here. Actually, let's start at the top here, chat. We always had a guided chat where it prompted you to help build whatever you needed. We added an agent mode, which is, you'll see here from some of the features, just incredibly smart and is going to get a lot smarter. This is, in my opinion, the future of where everything is headed. You'll see Claude bot, you'll see cursor, Claude code. That's kind of where Cuppa is going to eventually get to for those that want to use it that way in this agent mode. So another thing too, we added 5.2 just so you can see it, but you select your brand down here. It brings in all the brand context, and then of course you can start to just do some of the elements. You don't have to hit those, by the way. Those are just some recommended ones. You can just type in whatever you need to type in and it goes. It's pretty sophisticated. There's some bugs we're figuring out here with basically timing of the tools, but everything is tooled up at this point. So it should all work pretty seamlessly as we go through everything. But yeah, it is pretty powerful. You can build articles directly here. You can build multiple different model articles. You can do GPT 5.2, Opus 4.5, and Grok, and tell me which is the best score based on this preset. So it's like very, very involved. You can do social posts directly through here. You can do research, which we're doing through here. Everything, you can save it to a content planner. It all saves in your folders. It's much better than the guided version. It's way more robust. It has all the tooling. You'll see here, this pulled in Cuppa. This does the real-time research for you. So, you can ask it for, keyword difficulty, volumes, etc. Right? So just way more robust. Everything is tooled up, ready to go. So I did want to show you that. That is, I believe, power and above, which makes sense. Again, hobby is really for hobbyists. So hobbyists I view it as almost the starter pack into learning content engineering. That's pretty much it, and that's what we built the plan for. So everything else above that, power users and higher, you really unlock a lot more features. So if you are in a hobby plan and you're looking to learn more about content engineering or just building up content and content marketing in the future, let me know. We'll walk you through a hobby plan. I'll show you exactly what the benefits would be to a power plan and above, which are substantial at this point. So yeah, happy to walk you through it. So that's chat. That's the new feature there. Going back to the main app here. Obviously, at dashboard, we had a pretty big design update. You'll see some of the AI images coming through, social generations, analytics, things like that. So take a look here. It's basically, we try to keep it your home base. There's probably more coming here. There's also the analytics below down here if you need to reference analytics. So you'll see this here. We also have social, which I'm going to hit on in a second. This is actually going to pull through, which is kind of cool. So once you connect social accounts, we will show your posts. We will, across the entire brand, LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit, etc., and combine it all into a report that you can digest here. So a lot coming there. Let's go through. So brand settings. This is basically your home base for the brand. This is important to get right initially. When you onboard a brand, let me just do that real quick. GSC is not a requirement anymore, so you can just do stripe.com as an example, analyze brands, and it will go. You will get a ping for connect GSC. You can do it. We always recommend it if you have access, but we understand some people, it's a new site or it's a client that they're trying to get business to. You don't need it anymore. Analyze brand kicks off, and there's a bunch of processes that happen during that. I might just do that actually. Real quick, if you have an agency and you're looking to do a lot of brands, a lot of sites, we do have a CSV or API. This is only agency and above. Again, agency power, you get 1 brand, business 3, agencies 5, but you can add more. Agency plus 10, you can add more. So let me just show you real quick what that does. Analyze brand, what it's kicking off behind the scenes already of basically building your brand DNA, right? So this is the context of the brand itself. We'll pull in a complete research report, what vertical the brand is in, the complete workup of the visual aspects, logo, font, all the coloring, everything comes in and it will attach to the brand. So that's why it's important once you're in organizational mode, nothing's selected, but when you go into brand mode, you'll see here, let me just go back here. You'll see here that, I think it actually is doing stripes. So let me just hit refresh. I should have stuck on that. So you'll see we grabbed all the relevant data here. I'm not going to do connect GSC. I'll just skip that for now. You can do it, of course, if you had it. It does add in a lot more detail. So do if you have it. If not, great. It's fine. And you'll see this process kick off, right? So we are building the brand. This is the brand membrane, the brand context. This is what the models have gotten really good at in terms of the context windows being so big. You can now have all of this available in every single prompt that goes out, which again, it's just the better the input, the stronger and most consistent the output. Are you still going to get hallucinations? Yep, you bet. It's lower and lower. The percentage is continuing to drift further down. I would say when we started in 2023, it was pretty substantial. It could drift, let's say 5 out of 10 articles could just be wildly incorrect. Now with all the layering in of what we're able to do on the context window on the input side, it's pretty significant to leading to better results. You're still going to get a funky thing every now and then. So that's kicking off. Let me just kick back. This will give you an alert. This does take 5 to 10 minutes, by the way. A little longer if it is GSC. You don't have to wait here. You can bounce around, but it builds the brand kit. It is researching the brand, building content ideas, checking local SEO if applicable, creating mood boards, creating social examples. By the way, this is all on us. This is not on your API keys. This is us building it as we go. So this is on us, and then it will just become another brand within your dashboard here. So I'm going to let that build and go back to just Cuppa here. And I wanted to show you kind of what the brand settings were here. And then we'll work through each of these as it did its build, right? So brand voice, highly recommended. We probably will automate this, but we wanted to give you guys the ability to add your own voice here. So it's a very simple window. When you click it open, you add in 5 URLs that are important to the site or who you want to mimic in terms of brand voice. Doesn't even have to be your site, but we do recommend it. And then you drop it in, we vector, we do an embedding, and then we call it every time you do any type of generation. Knowledge sources, we just today upgraded this to 10 megabytes, so highly recommend. Always add this when you can. We will make this feature soon. Right now it's one time you're done. We're going to make it where you can add multiple, and then also where you can edit the knowledge source as well. Highly recommend it. And then obviously audience intelligence, that's going to be one more lever that we can pull in terms of input context, where we identify users on your site, we know their personas, and we basically help the AI further instruct who to speak to directly based on the actual data of who's hitting your site. So it's a really, really cool feature. It should be out soon. GSE, self-explanatory. All of this does it automatically on any site pool when you add a brand. If you need to change it, just hop in, hit save, no problem. If you want to delete a brand, this is important. You do it down here, brand details. Be careful. If you delete a brand, it takes about 5 seconds. There's a cascading effect where basically in the database, it starts with one table and then works its way all the way down. So just be careful here. Once you delete it, everything's gone. The content strategy, which we'll show you in a second, every brand DNA aspect, everything deletes from the site, from the database. So just be careful. We wanted to hide it because we want to make sure you're aware that everything deletes. AI instructions. This is the old presets. Nothing really has changed here. Let me just show you what that looks like. Perplexity. We did add tooltips in here, by the way. AI's, the key takeaways section does definitely add cost to your article. I'll show you through our new cost generation tool. You'll see a new basically estimated cost per article. we're working on improving that. We just ran into a bug today about thinking models that we actually don't calculate that in the cost. We're going to fix that. But if you do add key takeaways, it will add more costs. Again, you're talking very little in terms of overall, spend here in terms of how much you can even cost per article. If you get to $1 per article, it's very hard to do. You must be doing 8 nano banana images, something like very egregious where it's more image based. Same with perplexity. I still recommend it. I still always toggle it on. It's great. It pulls in every H2, H3, does the research for you, auto drops in. So highly recommend it. Advanced options still the same: target length, target audience, extra prompt. This is where you can really add value. This is interesting on the chat front, by the way. When you do an article, this does dynamically populate. Something to keep in mind, something pretty interesting. Content manipulation still the same. Highly recommend. We always have a list of 100. Probably going to bump this up to 1,000. We'll see. AI images, design with Canva. It's fantastic. I was actually shocked by how good it is. It's a pop-up window that just says open Canva, goes to Canva, you grab the design you want, build it, hit export to Cuppa. That's it. It's seamless. It's great. You'll see here too, just some new updates here finally for a couple categories. You can use your brand colors here. Highly recommend it. It just gives a little more feel for the images within the article itself for the brand. And then, all of these. Nano Banana Pro is unbeatable. I know it's expensive at 15 cents, but it's the best. I mean, you rarely have to worry about any word issues. 6 fingers on humans. To me, it's worth the cost of 15 cents. So just keep that in mind. We'll probably get rid of DALL-E E3 soon, would be my guess. It's just wildly outdated at this point. And then knowledge we talked about, now 10 megabytes. So that is all pretty much the same. And then let me discard changes real quick. I'm trying to get this done in 30 minutes. Got a lot to go. Content strategy. This is where it gets pretty cool. So as the brand builds, we build a content plan for you, which I'll go through here in a second. It comes with a lot of automations, which you'll see down here. First and foremost, 30, 60, 90-day content plans based on the SEO clusters, which I'll show you in a second. These are all the defaults that you have to select for the content that's being built. So, add in as much as you want. Select image model, image style, auto. This is all default. For you to basically set up for your default for the automations. Social publishing. We now offer this as well. All of these are available here. I'll show you this in a second, but you can basically build social posts directly from the article itself. Very cool. If you're going to do it and you're using any of the image-based platforms, X or LinkedIn, just leave it in Nano Banana Pro. It's fantastic. It's great. Instagram, same thing. Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube. Obviously, we're not quite there yet. For videos, that is coming soon. Google Business. So this is all automated, right? As the article is done for you, a social post will come right behind it. It doesn't have to publish. It can. We do an automatic scheduled post for you. All you do is trigger that on. You can select the time after the article is posted for it to go live. So right now you're sitting on an article that's published for you and a social post across any of these platforms, right? So multi-channel visibility into your brand. That's what the Content Engineers Workspace is trying to do. That's what we're trying to do with Cuppa. So Reddit, I swore I wouldn't do a Reddit add-on, but I keep waiting for the shoe to drop here. I'm sure now that we've added it, I'm sure it's going to be nuked probably next week. But for those that want to do it, it actually is fantastic. It works really, really well. It is obviously not brand heavy. In this case, this is literally like Cuppa's. We obviously use it for building our content as well. But it is great from the sense that it really takes what you're doing. It's not like promotion of the brand. It's really threads that you can post that essentially eventually lead the person searching Reddit to the brand. So very, very useful, all automated, done for you. Same with newsletter roundups. Click that on. You'll see it generates here. It will basically read all the articles for you, drop in a newsletter 5 times a week. You can also, if you're building more clusters, we can add more to an infinite loop if you want. Totally up to you. Just toggle that on, right? So there's a lot to dig through here. We'll definitely have more videos on this, but think of a complete automation of a brand where it at least does the heavy lift for you. Once the defaults are set, it hits your folders, it hits your draft mode. It doesn't have to go right to publish. It can, totally up to you. But yeah, we're hitting obviously search, we're hitting multi-channel social, we're hitting Reddit, we are hitting newsletter. So pretty wide ranging. Integrations. This is specific for automations for CMS, right? So anything in the content planner that you want automated, we do have WordPress, we do have Ghost now as well. You can still send it via Cuppa API as well. We will add more here. Obviously on the integrations you saw there are more CMSs, but these two right now are the best in terms of automations where a cron job runs at a certain time, we generate it, no problem, it sends, right? So the data handshake still works and it's great. Then you connect all your social accounts here. Again, if you do have it toggled on to publish, it will publish. So it will, once the connection is made, it will publish. We will track that across any of these social accounts. Go into your analytics, you can see the actual engagement from each of those. So really, really cool. You can start to see how this is coming together where not only we want to give you the ability to create really great branded asset that's multi-channel, gains visibility, we want to track it for you. We want to track it, show you the results, and then make adjustments on the fly with AI to help you improve. Link engine, I sent an email about this today. Finally got there. For those that don't know, we actually bought a app, I think a year ago at this point, called Becky. It was good. It was a really good first take at building it. When we were testing it internally, I think about 60-70% of the time it worked. It was just a little, we wanted it to be more like 80 to 90%, which I think we are there now with the link engine. There's always going to be unique edge cases. Fresh domains, they should work. It's all based on bulk. We always use a truth source of your sitemap. Sitemap is critical here because that's our truth source. So if that is blocked by bots or we can't access it, it's going to lead to issues. So definitely make sure that is connected. You'll see the last checks, the last content updates here. You can we'll add external sources for you. All you have to do is select which ones, add sources. Most people in this beta phase that we had just added their own. You can do that one by one or just bulk. It just makes more sense. If you know what you want for authority, we will add that in there. Link limits, totally up to you. Max internal, external links per sections. Just real quick, we try to avoid intro and conclusions. So it's just heavy on the body of the article and all contextual. So we're not going to do like footer links or anything like that. This is in the article itself. Exclusions, obviously some of these just don't make sense to link to. So we do that. Match settings. This is basically the semantic level of search that we do with the URLs. Leave this at 0.5. If you want to have a call when we go through this, we can toggle it up or down for you. You can too, but I would just leave it here. Next, coming up, probably this or next week, different ways to actually do linking strategy, which is cool. And then this one's pretty important, URL structure, bulk generation. I think we're actually going to have multiple of these per brand because right now it's based on if we were to build specifically for Cuppa blogs, we would do something like this, right? Where this is telling the instruction here, every article built in bulk should be this URL, right? So we are in real time, if you're doing 100 blog articles for this, it's going to do the slug format as the target keyword, and that's the source, and then this is going to be what we reference. So this is where the sitemap becomes critical, right? Because if you're not publishing right away, we we don't want to have you maybe publish half and the other half you don't publish, but the bulk project has in the 50 could be referencing the other 50, right? So sitemap is critical to put in here. But yeah, there's also instances where in our beta testing we had customers that were basically saying they want to have an improvement here in terms of multiple. We will. So that's brand settings, brand kit. Let me run through. We're at 30 minutes. I failed miserably keeping this in 30. You'll see here everything comes in. All very, very valuable for sourcing the context membrane every time everything runs. So that's great. Brand research here. Pretty simple. You can also see some of the keyword intelligence. You can click right on any of these. It'll go opportunities or ranking. FAQs. This is actually more. This is more context for us, more than anything. To be honest, we use a lot of this stuff within the prompting itself to help just further refine your brand assets that are being built by AI. So, keyword research. A lot of changes here. Obviously, a different look and feel, which is great. A bunch of different clusters coming through. I want to show you basically the filter sets are the things that are new. So if you really want super easy keywords, let's do transactional. This is the cluster for this. Buying intent, CPCs coming through. Just select what you want, add to content planner. It will go, and I'll show you that in a second here. But yeah, one by one, go through, and you can do that. Some of these, might be blank. Some of these go back to all intent. Some of these are probably too much. 89 keywords. Filter, go through what you want, add it to it. Add it to the content plan, and you're good to go. So that's that. If you want to add your own now, you can. It's in keyword imports. I'll go through that in a second. Local clustering. We're getting there. We're getting there with this. It's not great. I think there's more we can do here, and we will. But this adds like local pages for you based on these tabs here, right? So local AI search agency was the example. PPC, digital marketing SEO. Locations, Delray Beach. Settings, drop in your business information, that's key. And then you can add to plan. Keyword imports, this is where you really add in your own. So you can use Ahrefs, SEMrush, GSC. A lot of people in beta did CSV. I actually use Ahrefs, so that was super easy. Let's just do that. So if you had Ahrefs, we would recommend dropping in the source URL. Target country, select a brand. That actually should be selected for you because you're in the brand. So I'll get that fixed. Business focus, competitor domains. As much as you can add here, the better. And then just upload the CSV. There's a template here. We are going to work to expand that. Just because if you've done Ahrefs and you download the full workup of that, you'll know that there's a lot of different data columns. We want to make sure we take in as much data as possible for you to create the best type of clustering for you. So keep that in mind. That will then go directly into Content Planner, which we're getting to. I know we're a little over here. Striking distance. This is GSC related. So let me just show you the sync. So obviously GSC is connected here. What is happening behind the scenes is we're just creating essentially a graph for page rankings, right? So if you're 6 through 10, can you optimize that article? If you're page 2, can we get you to page 1, etc. I think the other one already has it. I was testing it this morning. Nope. Okay. Sorry, I was wrong. Go back here. So that should be populating. Let me go to Content Planner here. So this is your new command center. I hate that kind of, but it is. So obviously a new look and feel here. By the way, everything you can move, shift around wherever you need it to go, do it. You'll see here everything comes through. Content settings goes back to where it was in the brand settings. So just remember that. You can see calendar view. You can do list view here. Scheduled, created, published, all that good stuff. If it is created and not published, you can still find it right here if you want to, no problem. Same with social posts, Reddit posts, everything's coming through here. Shows you total plan, quarter ends in 63 days, active types 2. So yeah, it just really is way more customizable. If it had a Twitter If we had the auto publish, it would drop in both here in the calendar view and show you. You can toggle these things on or off. Very customizable to look through. Hit refresh if you need to. So a lot to go over there. I mean, it's all automated. It's all done for you. You're selecting what you need to. Basically, the goal here is we wanted you to input a brand and basically within 20 minutes have a 90-day content plan across not only search, but also all socials, newsletters, etc. So I think we're pretty damn close, which is exciting. Just think of that, just one brand in 30 minutes. That's kind of cool. And there's a lot to it. I want to show you some of the other features here that I think really will speak to how far we've truly come from, June 2023, where it was one single article being written. It's just wild how different everything is now. So agent library coming soon, pretty self-explanatory here in the sense that you'll be able to select agents. We've been working with a few customers building theirs and just really understanding what they're looking for with this, and we're going to be building that. It'll be available to you. Image generation. So keep scrolling down. You'll see, obviously, first and foremost, new sizing is available. Great, new resolutions. Obviously, this is on your own keys, so if any of these toggle different, it's usually a different price. Just keep that in mind. You can apply your brand kit colors. Highly recommend this. If you want really well done branded assets, you just click that on, click anything here. I'm a huge fan of Nano Banana. It's 15 cents. It's a branded asset that you can keep forever. It's just worth the money versus, I know Flux 1.1 Pro, very good. I think it's 6 cents. I think Flux now, the lowest one is 0.003, but you're getting 3 or 4 at a time that are just not workable. So anyway, a lot you can do here. A new look and feel here for the gallery. Obviously, you can download, open a new tab, copy prompt, all that good stuff. Social generation, again, very brand specific. Let me just, I'm just going to show you one. Literally just Cuppa 3.0, professional, content aware images. Yep, that triggers on the brand colors, etc. Generate posts. So this will be all, you can edit it. I think we're going to have basically a feature here soon where it is prompting more than just topic. So you can see here some examples. Everything's, you can go in, edit, whatever. You can post now if your social connection is done. Boom, you can post, copy, save, schedule, AI image, which I'm just going to hit. By the way, this is Nano Banana Pro. We just are convinced from a social aspect, if you want the best image, you should be doing Nano Banana Pro. Maybe we do add models there, but we also have it where it's pinned to exactly the size for Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram and Reddit. Let me just show you Reddit real quick too. Actually, I'll just wait for these to, it's about 15 seconds, but post type, quick tip, behind the scenes engagement, post education. So, really brand specific, pulling in the brand details. You can change the settings. These will all be available for you. Canva, again, is awesome when it's available, especially if you use it. Just click the button. You'll see the connection. It might work for me. Yeah. Oh no, coming soon. Okay. That's all it is, by the way. And you click the button, goes to Canva, and you drag in the image that you want. So really, really cool. Just wait for these to finish, and we'll go to mood board, and then hit this, and then I'll try to wrap this up. Maybe 45 minutes now. So yeah, you'll see some of these are. Stop paying 100x markups on AI tokens. All I did, by the way, was type in Cuppa 3.0. That's it. So pretty cool. Obviously, you can add in additional things. Post now, which is great. And then you can let me hit save. You can regenerate, but don't forget, this is Nano Banana Pro. It's 15 cents. Keep that in mind. But I did want to save that, and I'll show you that in the table too here in a second. I'm not going to wait for that one. Let's just go. LinkedIn carousel we do have now. We're working on a bug on this real quick. You can create carousel posts. Same with the images. Think lead magnet here. That's what we're trying to do. Instagram. self-explanatory Reddit. I would say there's a lot more coming here. Let me just, I really want to show you this. How is helping my one-person agency easily manage 20 clients at $3,000 a month? Let me just see how I solved it. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, so failed to generate image, so I'll have to look at that. So yeah, I want to show you, yeah, we'll make all the recommendations. This is just like the content planner, by the way. So just keep that in mind in terms of, it's the same essentially prompting behind the scenes to get you this type of Reddit post style. So yeah, so very, very simple. I would, if we're going to do anything, we're probably going to do the version of prompting where you can just add it. So yeah, so like, you know, you can see here how it structures everything. We suggest subreddits for you. Again, you can post now. It's directly available through our Reddit social integration connection. But you'll see here like how I solved it, right? So all I typed in is how is Cuppa helping my one-person agency easily manage 20 clients at $3,000 a month, and it shows you. Pretty great, right? You can obviously save it, post it to drafts. Great. Let me save this one too. These are actually pretty good. Okay, mood board. So this will fire automatically on creation. It's really graphic oriented. We are going to probably have different versions of this soon, where we have multiple mood boards coming through. The lighthouse isn't working. It's supposed to be clickable and it shows you, which I'll show you in a second down here, but really just graphics that you can use from a branded perspective. We really wanted to give branded assets, and then most importantly, select ones you like and then rebuild them. So this is only, it's actually supposed to be 6 images. I'm not sure why it's not, hence the beta up here, but we'll work through it. Storytelling. This is going to be more brand creative, brand story oriented, obviously. Telling about the brand visually and text-wise. Create with chat, we went through. These are all pretty much the same here. You'll see here, not much change there. This is presets. Import and optimize, brand new. We finally have a much better way of now parsing the data coming through if you want to optimize. Drop it in your text, upload a file, import URL. URL. We're going to run into issues if you have, you know, anything that blocks the site. We could run into issues parsing the data. Paste text is great. Upload file is good. Import URL. If it can work, it works great. That will drop it into the editor, which I'll show you in a second. Generated content. So now we have a lot more data fields, right? So articles, you'll see here. We did want to get the flexibility of showing just all and brand specific. Up top, you can search articles, again, organize, you can do columns, you can do cards, right? So let me go to the list here. We do now have a grading, which I'm going to walk through in a second. If it's agent mode that creates it, it will say agent. If it's the planner that does it, it will do it. Anything past yesterday will show word count, keyword created, etc. Right? So a lot of clean looking graphs here. No social posts. I think I have to do that. No newsletters yet. Projects are the same here, right? So you'll see costs too coming through, what's completed and what's not. December 30th shows you how long we've been working on this, and then also this type of view too. So let me go back to articles real quick, and I'm going to hop into one of these, right? So a couple of things to notice right off the bat. We have a generation cost, very key, estimated cost. Our challenge with this is the thinking model. There's ways that each of the platforms do something a little bit different in terms of like thinking models and how they deliver that cost and API ping every single time. This gets you a very close estimate of what the cost is, if not fully spot on. We'll continue to work and improve this, but I'll show you the breakdown here: tokens in, tokens out, model, cost, and if it had any images, which I don't think this one does, it would show up, right? Oh, by the way, Opus 4.5, fantastic for content. It's just more expensive. But like if you think 15 cents is expensive, right? So totally up to you on how you want to do it. Link engine. It'll show you here internal links, external links, and I'll show you how it comes through. All automatic. This was a planner. This was just within the content plan, and it generated. That's it. So like I didn't do anything for this. This just came. It could publish automatically if we wanted to, or I can send it up top, and do anything here. So content grade came through, generation costs, etc. Right. So a lot more value on the right hand side here. Let me hit edit. Oh, God, we're at 45 minutes. Okay. Some changes here, just more like cost information grade. Let me just hit SERPs. So I did want to show you this. We had a lot of inspiration here from Surfer. Surfer was a tool that I use all the time in terms of grading. I shouldn't think it shouldn't be your total grade, in my opinion. I don't think any of these tools should be, in my opinion. Same with like the AI detection tools, the content score and from Surfer or ClearScope. They should be a part of the overall scoring. I think people get lost in these things sometimes. We love to grade things. We love showing people our grades. It's all over Twitter, right? For example, but it's part of. Nothing beats reading the article yourself, in my opinion. But we did want to give you some of the aspects of Surfer here directly here. So automatically available, SEO on page, readability, structure, anti-slop. We have like basically looking for filler words and just crappy sentence formation and things like that. AI search will probably continue to improve this. I'm still of belief that AI search is just actually traditional SEO, but that's just me. And then technical here, obviously internal links, external, etc. Right? So everything is available here from a scoring standpoint. Let me just see if the SERPs did come in yet. So I wanted to show you if the SERPs were enabled. It would actually have the list here. Come on. And then essentially we have this button where it's very, very Surfer oriented, where it grades you against the top SERPs. It goes out, looks at machine learning and marketing analytics in the US and English language US, and grabs the top 10, basically dissects, parses our article versus the tops, what keywords, entities, NLPs, everything that's missing, gives you a formula for how to essentially hit a button to generate it. Let me just see here if a refresh works. Okay, cool. Obviously, a lot of the same things are available here. Probably overkill, but I always love the data as opposed to not having the data. So overview, we'll load search volumes here. It should show like a related search as well. Headings, FAQs, news, wiki, right? So let me go here. This should, yep, here we go. SERP optimization. Missing terms. High priority, what we should add. Cover terms we're good on, search intent, all that. But more importantly, there is a generated AI suggestions, right? So let me click this. It will write based on it researches the article that we have, goes against all of these keywords here, essentially just makes for you a paragraph to add into the article that would boost your score. Very, very Surfer oriented, right? So it's all a part of scoring. I think it should be, nothing beats the eye test, but like it's very useful to just make sure, especially if you're dealing with clients. If you are the one-person agency with 20 clients, it's good just to have these checklists where, just making sure all of these things are just like standard best practices. They're nothing like too sophisticated. SERPs is a little more sophisticated, but again, you're comparing it against the top SERPs. There can be some funkiness in the SERPs, right? So we all know that. So anyway, yeah, you can just grab any of these and it would move your, your scoring potential on the SERPs alone plus 18%, 18 points. So, impact down here, it probably drifts lower and lower, 8, 7, 7, so 6. Very, very useful. Just one of those no-brainer things to do. So yeah, that's available. Images the same. Chat. Still one of my favorite features. It chats directly with the article itself. And then experts. I think a lot of people still don't realize how great this is. If you need any type of expert review with you using their authorship, written by Elizabeth Boyd, written by Nicole Huff. It's just one of those things that it's all available directly through Cuppa. You don't have to leave here. You don't have to share it back. Nothing. They get this in their own. You guys have instructions back and forth. It's done. You can then use their authorship. So really cool feature in my opinion. Let me try to wrap this up here. That was articles, services we went through, expert review, backlink outreach, 90-day proposals. This is more on the agency side. I'll probably save that for later. Workbench. That's it. I think that is all for now. 50 minutes. I failed miserably at keeping this at 30, but you can see I'm very excited about this release. There's a lot that has changed. The goal really was to give you guys the ability to add a brand, fresh domain, a seasoned brand, whatever it might be, and build a true, well thought out, multi-channel content approach directly with the, using basically the insights of the brand itself, but also your instruction to get it to the point that it's just really, really well done in terms of brand assets, brand content, stuff that should gain visibility for you. And it's done in about 20 or 30 minutes in full for 90 days. So, just think about how wild that is, and, layer on top of it then the cost of this. You're talking pretty interesting, let's call it profit margins if you're that one-person agency with 20 clients. Pretty wild what you can do with Cuppa right now. So that's all for now. I'm going to break down each of these over the coming weeks, hit each feature one by one. I'm sure there's stuff we are missing. I think chat is wildly fantastic, the agent mode. I really want to dig in there, show you guys some of the things that you can do. But for now, welcome to Cuppa 3.0. Welcome to the Content Engineer's Workspace. If you have any questions, ping me, ping Dan, give us an email. Happy to hop on any calls with you guys to walk through this. But yeah, welcome to the new Cuppa.